enormous diversity of life. But there's something every living thing has in common, something basic to all life on Earth. We call it the cell. From the tiniest microscopic organisms to the largest living things, cells are there to enable processes of life. Does it matter? Well, since many, many trillions of cells make up everything we are, yes. That's because science matters. I'm Mike Moscatello. Welcome to Science Matters. The fact that you're watching this program means you're alive, at least in a physical manifestation of what we consider to be living. There are life processes going on, helping to keep you in your present state. Some of these processes we're conscious of as they happen, but some are taking place whether you know it or not. Chances are, right now your body is in homeostasis. And simply put, it's in balance. Our bodies are very good at maintaining this balance so long as there's a regular input of resources and output of waste. These inputs and outputs are steps we all go through to stay alive. They're life processes. Living things differ from non-living things because of these processes. They carry out numerous actions in the attempt to maintain homeostasis. One life process basic to all living things is the ability to reproduce or propagate more of the same kind of organism. Reproduction occurs in different ways depending on the kinds of living things trying to multiply. There are basically two kinds of reproduction. One kind is called asexual, involving only one parent organism. Many bacteria, for instance, reproduce asexually by dividing themselves in two. It's an efficient form of reproduction. Another kind of reproduction is sexual reproduction. This process is more complex than asexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction allows for diversity amongst living things. This helps generations of organisms survive by taking on a variety of traits. Sexual reproduction normally requires two parent organisms to generate offspring. In the case of animals, there's usually a male and a female responsible for the reproductive process. Most plants with flowers also reproduce sexually. Insects moving from flower to flower spread pollen from one plant to another. This enables fruit to form and generates seeds that can grow into new plants. On the subject of growing, growth is another life process. As an organism matures, it normally gets larger in size and becomes more complex. It goes through changes allowing it to become a fully functioning adult organism. The amount of time this takes depends on the individual organism. In order for growth to take place, an organism needs to be healthy. This requires nutrition, a third life process needed to maintain homeostasis. Living things take in nutrients in the form of raw materials from the environment. Water is one nutrient all living things need. People and animals also get nutrition from food.
Everybody likes to eat. Of course, each may have his own individual preference, but no matter whether it's a hot dog at the county fair or a full-course dinner at the Ritz, there's no denying that people like to eat.
Just as growth and reproduction vary amongst living things, so do nutritional needs. Many living things move from place to place in search of nutrients. This movement is also a life process. Some living things move by themselves. Some, like the seeds of plants, may be moved by the wind, water, or by other means. Birds that eat seeds often can't digest them. They carry undigested seeds from one place and deposit them in another, hopefully far away from your car. This removal of waste or unused material is called excretion, another life process. Living things need to excrete waste to maintain homeostasis. Some excretion comes from unused nutrient material. Some excretions are filtered internally to keep physical systems working, and some, like sweat, can help to serve purposes such as regulating temperature by keeping an organism cool. Like all life processes, excretions vary depending on the organism. Another way living things eliminate waste is through the life process of respiration. For us, that means breathing. During respiration, we breathe in a mixture of gases. Our bodies take and use oxygen from the air to help metabolize energy. One of the leftover products of this process is carbon dioxide, a waste product we breathe out. On the other hand, plants use carbon dioxide to help metabolize energy and release oxygen as a waste product. Respiration happens in different ways for different kinds of living things. Complex organisms, like vertebrate animals, use lungs. Some vertebrates get oxygen from air, and some get it from water. Other organisms don't need lungs. They just exchange gases across thin membranes. When an organism needs to metabolize more energy, respiration happens more quickly. For people, this can happen during periods of heavy physical activity. We breathe deeper and faster. This is due to another life process, sensitivity. Living things have the ability to respond to changes within the environment and themselves in ways that help maintain homeostasis. People can respond to external stimuli we hear, see, smell, taste, and feel. Sensitivity in plants causes them to turn toward the direction of a light source, grow longer roots to gain water access deeper in the soil, and even lose leaves to conserve energy when cooler weather is on the way. These life processes all happen in the attempt to maintain homeostasis, the attempt to continue living, so that even the smallest units of life can function for the better within living things.
To say we're the sum of our parts is a serious understatement. The physical manifestation of our bodies and the ability to carry out life processes is due to trillions of small parts working side by side, keeping us alive. These tiny parts all have similarities, though each have their own specific job to do.
The basic unit of life is called the cell. Cells are like small working bundles of organic matter that perform specific tasks. These tasks enable the survival of living things. Every organism has cells. Some of the smallest organisms are made up entirely of just one single cell.
Let's go to the microscope and look at one of nature's simpler animals, an amoeba, an organism that has only one cell. And like every living thing, this little cell is a sort of chemical machine, carrying on the many intricate functions we call life.
The larger and more complex an organism is, the more cells it has. Some have thousands of cells. Some millions. Some billions. Some organisms even have trillions of cells. Cells are the most basic unit of life here on Earth. But when looked at individually, they become very specialized and work in different ways depending on the kinds of tasks they need to accomplish. These tasks enable life processes to happen. There are cells working together that make up muscle, enabling us to move parts of our body, or move our entire body from one place to another, accomplishing the life process of movement. Muscle cells also work to move nutrients through our bodies, helping along the life process of nutrition. And they help excrete waste, too. Muscle cells even help with the process of respiration by getting air into the lungs, where other kinds of cells, red blood cells, go to get oxygen and release carbon dioxide. Red blood cells carry oxygen and nutrients to all the other cells in the body through blood vessels. They move around in a liquid called plasma, along with white blood cells that fight off infection, and smaller cells called platelets that clot together to stop bleeding.
There are also specialized cells that make up our bones. Bone cells. They group together to give our body structure, and as their number increases, we grow. Another life process brought about by cells. There are cells that help us take in information about the world and respond to it. They're called nerve cells, and they transmit information to and from the brain. The brain takes this information and responds to it, leading to the life process of sensitivity. This transfer of information via nerve cells enables us to determine if something is hot or cold, fresh or spoiled, loud or quiet, sweet or sour, red or white or blue, or a whole host of things we're sensitive to. Nerve cells make us sensitive to large quantities of information from a number of different stimuli, all at the same time. There are also reproductive cells at work helping us make more of our own kind of living thing, human beings. And there are even specialized cells that make up your hair, your skin, you name it. You are the culmination of tiny bits of organic matter we call cells. All life processes people and every other living thing carry out day to day are the result of cell processes going on within. Cells are specialized to work in different ways for different purposes. So long as they function, we function.